Hey guys, cheers and welcome to my quick review, or quick, I always say quick, never goes that quickly, but I'm going to do a bit of a long-term review of all my camping gear and luggage that I've been using for, quite a while now. My current setup is pretty much set now. I haven't changed anything in quite a while, just little bits and pieces probably, but yeah, it's pretty well sorted. Everything that I've got and that I use now I'm pretty well happy with, and I'm not looking to change anything else at the moment. Not everybody's interested in these sort of videos, but as I've said before, I like watching videos of other people's setups. It gives you good ideas, and hopefully some of you guys might get some ideas from my setup. So I'll just quickly run through the luggage first of all. I won't spend a lot of time talking about it. Mostly I want to talk about the camping gear, but obviously the Nelson Rig RG 1045, that's the trails and tank bag. Had that for ages. I mean, they are, they're really well priced. I think they're about 150 bucks Australian. You can't get too many lifetime warranty tank bags for that sort of money. Side storage pockets as well. Really good, really happy with that, can't complain. Kriegers on the back, I've got the OS base for the T7. I've got the 2x12 litre bags. Sometimes I wish I'd gone for the 18s, but really for the sort of camping that I do, I'm not doing round the world trips, I'm just doing a couple of nights here and there. They're good enough. I can fit everything I need, plus 2 nights worth of food, 2 nights worth of booze, as long as I'm not going to be drinking too many tins. And they don't stick out too far on the bike, which is good. As for the, how they've held up, well, yeah, no worries at all. I mean, there's no damage to either of them. They're still in really good condition. Still seem to be waterproof and everything. So, yeah, quite happy with those. They are pricey, but, they are good. And, they look good on the T7, let's be honest. I've got another little Nelson Rig bag. That's actually the fender bag. As always, guys, I'm going to go to the trouble of finding links for all these products, and I'll put them in the description. But this is a Nelson Rig fender bag. It's actually, obviously designed to be stuck on your fender on a dirt bike. I think it's actually a rear fender bag, so on a dirt bike it'll go on your rear fender. I've zip tied it onto my Krieger OS base. It's just a handy little extra bit of storage. It doesn't get in, because it's so low, it doesn't get in the way when I'm standing up and have to put my ass back on the seat. Works really well. Holds a fair bit of gear. Got lollies in there at the moment. Spare power bank, my drone, torches and stuff. Yeah, so stuff that you don't want crushed when the bike falls over. A good spot for them there. The final piece of the luggage puzzle is the nice CNC 66 litre dry duffel bag. I've done a review on that one recently. It is very similar to the Osmo bag I was using, but I do like this one better. It has a better strap system. Yeah, I won't go into it too much, but yeah, I do like this one better. Slightly bigger. The zip on the top's really good. Seems to be, holding up pretty well so far. I quite like it. Obviously, if you've seen the recent video, I've got the rock straps holding that on. They work flawlessly. They're great. I love the rock straps. I should have got them years ago. But yeah, better late than never. Anyway, we'll start unpacking that duffel and get into the actual camping stuff. So I'll go through this stuff in the order that I take it out and set it up pretty much, guys. Firstly, I'm not going to review these thongs. They are just your standard Havaianas, but I am going to get out of these boots and chuck these on. First things first. That's the order of business at Josh's campsite. Beer, thongs, then whatever else. Alright, first item out of the duffel bag is my clothes bag. This is actually a sleeping bag, my Cedar Summit sleeping bag that my sleeping bag came in. It's quite handy to chuck my random clothes in. I'm pretty sure it's waterproof, so if you've got to put wet camping gear back in the duffel with this, your clothes won't get wet in there, so, well, not too wet anyway. That's pretty handy. I like that. The Bunnings tarp, I'm not going to review that either. It's a $7 tarp from Bunnings. It does the job. It is, however, actually a really good size for the tent that I have. You don't want a tarp that's too freaking big, or else you're carrying around extra bulk and weight that you don't need. So yeah, find out your tent's base size, get a tarp to suit, and yeah, save yourself a bit of hassle. Alright, next item in the bag is the chair. We'll talk about that later. We'll get the tent over with first. The cooking gear. Alright, the all-important tent. The tent I have is a cheapie. It's the Oz Trail Flinders. It's a 3-person tent. I don't need a 3-person tent, but I'll tell you what, it's pretty handy. If it's looking like rain and you want to throw your chair and stuff in the tent with you when you go to bed so it doesn't get wet, there's plenty of room. You know, I can spread out in this tent, no worries at all. And it's not that much bigger than a 2-person tent, you know. I think they're about 60 bucks Australian. Yeah, really good. I've been in the rain with it a few times now, and quite heavy rain too, storms and stuff. And I've got a little bit of seepage in around the edges. I'm not sure if that's because the fly wasn't pegged out with guy ropes and stuff, but overall, you know, the fly hasn't leaked through. I haven't had any condensation dripping on me or anything like that, so I'm very happy with it for the price. 60 bucks, you can't beat that. Anyway, I'll quickly pop that up. The only downside really with this tent, I would say, is the poles are quite long. Even you know, when they're folded down, they're quite long, and they're a bit heavy because they are the fiberglass ones. But as I said, for the price, it's not too bad. And being a proper dome tent, you can set it up. You don't need pegs. You don't need to peg it down. You can pop it up with the poles only, and then you can move it if you don't like where it is. These poles are pretty crap. I would say that they're probably going to be the thing that fails first on this tent. Alright, so this is the fly for the tent. Obviously it's going on tonight because it's going to be pretty cold out here tonight, I think. So yeah, I'll go ahead and chuck this on. The corners of the fly don't need to be pegged down either, so they've just got little plastic hooks on them which go over the rings for the actual tent. So yeah, really easy to put this on. So that's pretty much it as far as setting this tent up goes, as far as I'm concerned anyway. You can peg it out if you want to, if it's going to be windy or yeah, especially if it's going to be raining, you probably want to peg out the fly a bit more, but I think this will be alright for tonight. Super easy. Righto, that's the tent done. The bedding. So, $10 Woolies pillow. It ain't super thick, but it's a full size pillow. I do have the Cedar Summit foam core large pillow. They call it a large, but it's not a large. The Cedar Summit Everlight XT sleeping mat. Well, I don't really know if I could say it's great because I haven't tried any others. I'm happy with it. I haven't put a hole in it yet. It seems to be pretty tough. It's easy to pump up with the pump sack that they give you with it. But you can roll it up and store it inside that if you want, but generally I just roll it up loosely like that and throw it in my duffel. It's insulated, so you know it's not quite as cold as a normal airbed. It's only 10 centimeters thick when it's pumped up apparently, but I'm a side sleeper and my hip doesn't touch the ground. For an airbed, it's comfortable. I hate airbeds, I'm gonna be honest with you, but this thing, for the size of it when it's packed up, it's really good. These pump sacks are a brilliant invention. And the last item in the duffel is, of course, the Cedar Summit sleeping bag. Again, I'm not a sleeping bag expert. I've had a few. I still have a few. This is the one that I use because it's the most expensive, so I figure it's probably the best. I'm not a big fan of the hood part of it. I'm not going to cut that off, but I kind of wish that it was just a regular sleeping bag. I think it is kind of like a mummy shape, so it's a bit narrower towards your feet. But yeah, in summertime, you know, I like to sleep with something over me, even if it's only over 1 foot or something. But yeah, I just unzip this into like a blanket, which the hood makes it an awkward shaped blanket, but yeah, it works, and if it gets cold, you know, you can zip it up. I've slept in this tent in like pretty close to 0 degrees, not quite, but up around 3 degrees, and I've been a bit cold, and that's with a hoodie and you know, sweatpants on as well. But I haven't tried thermals. I have thermals now, which I haven't tried yet. But yeah, otherwise, you know, I've run this through the washing machine once or twice, and it's, you know, it's fine. Look, I wouldn't say it's a great sleeping bag. There's a couple of $100 worth, but I don't know, it does the job. Oh yeah, the sleeping bag, the model of it, I think it's a Trailhead TH3. Yeah, it's a Cedar Summit Trailhead TH3. Rated to -7 Celsius. Don't know about that. Alrighty, have to whip through the rest of this stuff before it gets too dark. I want to do a quick mention of my protective riding gear. This is the Kamini JK144 jacket. You guys know, well, some of you guys will know, I've had this thing for a long time. Yeah, Kamini, well, Zaki, Scott at Zaki's a big supporter of this channel. He gave me this jacket for free, but I love it. You know, this is Japanese made quality gear, guys. So good that there's actually a fair bit of fake counterfeit Kamini stuff around. Yeah, I love this jacket. For the climate around here, a mesh jacket is really what you need. And of course the Kamini Kevlar jeans. I've had these for a fair while now. I like to be comfortable when I'm riding, and the Kamini stretch Kevlar jeans are comfortable. So yeah, that's that. Jacket and the jeans. Links for all this stuff in the description if you're interested, guys. Now, the chair. The freaking chair. Some of you guys that, you know, have been watching this channel for a while, you'll know that this chair's been through the ringer. It's a cheap $35 eBay Helinox knockoff. It's been... Like, it's not broken. Some people reckon with some of the chairs, like, I don't know if it's this particular brand or not, or whatever, but yeah, some of them, these knuckle things here break. I'm not that heavy, I'm about 75 kilos, but you know, I've treated this thing pretty rough from time to time. This thing's copped a few hot ashes in its time. It's got holes through it. Some people don't like these chairs. I know Steve whinges about his and he wants a high backed one, but I find these are really comfortable. Wouldn't be without it on a camp. So yeah, that's the chair, guys. Based on the price, like a Helinox is $100 or more, I can't justify paying that sort of money. I know they invented it, but I mean, these guys can make it for less than a third of the price. Why not go for it? And if it does break, you can buy another one. I don't like to have that throwaway attitude, but I mean, as I said, I've had this for well over a year. Probably we're closer. It should be over 2 years, I'd say, that I've had this now, and it's fine. It's awesome. Okay, what else have we got? Alright, one product that I am going to complain about, but I'm not going to get rid of just yet, is the Cedar Summit Pack Tap. These things are about $30 for this is the 4-litre one. Now this thing sprung a leak on, I think, the second camping trip I took it on, and it wasn't a catastrophic leak, but it was a slow little pinhole leak somewhere. And I mean, I packed this thing really carefully because I know it is just a Mylar bloody goon bag in here, and they're not real tough, but it still managed to somehow get a small hole in it, and yeah, I wasn't real happy with that. What I've actually done, rather than springing for a whole new bladder for it, which about $8 and probably just pop again anyway, what I did was I grabbed a 4-litre goon bag, wine goon bag, and actually cut the tap off the busted Cedar Summit bladder, shoved the 4-litre inside it, so now it's like a double layer of Mylar. Well, Mylar's already got 2 layers in it anyway, so it's like 4 layers of plastic plus this outer thing. So if that pops now, that's when I'll officially give up on this and go to some kind of plastic bottles or something. But yeah, like, these things are just so freaking handy, and they fit in your saddlebags. You can hang it up, and yep. I love the idea. They're great in theory. It just, yeah, they need to, I don't know, maybe if they made a TPU bladder or something for these, they'd be a bit tougher, but yeah, the goon bags aren't real good. Anyway, that's my opinion of these things. I like Perrin Mini Headlight. I've talked about these in heaps of other videos. This thing is freaking awesome. Headlight is invaluable when you're camping, and these aluminium ones are unbreakable, and you know, they're just rechargeable. Awesome. Man, that sun's going down quick. I need to get through this. Right, the Cedar Summit Sigma pot 2.7 litres. This thing's great. It's copped a bit of a beating. I used to keep it in my saddlebag. Now I put it in my duffel so that when I drop the bike it doesn't get crushed. She's got a few battle scars and dings, but it's stainless. Like, yeah, I would definitely recommend stainless cookware for your motorcycle camping over the aluminium stuff. The aluminium stuff's not the best. The stuff that I had anyway was pretty crap. But yeah, this thing's good. Little handle folds out and clips in. So yeah, the pot I'd definitely recommend. I have no issues with it. They are pretty exy, but yeah, it's good. The little gas burner, got this off Biker Bits. I'll put a link for that in the description too. A lot of people of course are going with jet boils and stuff. I find this thing to be a bit more versatile than the jet boil. I can throw the pot on, boil up water for a coffee if I want to. Also I can cook sausages or a bit of steak in the pot if I need to. Heat up some canned soup or whatever. Real handy, and also it uses those cheap aerosol gas canisters, so you know, cost effective as well. I've also got the Cedar Summit plastic bowl which nests inside the pot perfectly. I think they come in a pair and the other one nests inside that one, so yeah, it's slightly smaller than that one, but I just obviously need one. That's good as well. I don't use it that often, but it's good to have it there. The utensils, well, I've just got oil and dishwashing liquid, you don't need to know about that. The cutlery I've got is stainless stuff. It's supposed to be a bit lighter than normal. It's got holes in the handle. I don't know where I got it from, so there's probably not much point mentioning it. And finally, these folding GSI Outdoors tongs. These are really good little plastic tongs. They fold down quite small, as you can see. And you just go like that, and you got some pretty decent tongs. So yeah, they're good. Haven't used them heaps. I've used them a couple of times. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it, guys, for the camping gear. Speaker, JBL speakers. These little things, there's all different types. This one's waterproof. It's a JBL Clip 3. I highly recommend bringing one of these if you like to listen to a few tunes while you're out camping. But yeah, being waterproof has saved this a few times when those bloody Cedar Summit goon bags bust in my saddlebags and the whole thing fills up with water and this is floating in there. Anyway, that is my camp setup, guys. I don't think I've missed anything. Alright, I need to get a fire going here before I freeze my ass off. Thanks for watching. Check the description for links to any of these products if you're interested in them. Hope some of you guys got something out of this video. Happy camping. Cheers, and we'll see you on the next one. So the tent, this is a, fuck, there's green ants here. Where are they coming from?